Alright, today we're going to be performing an oil change of my 2022 Chevy Colorado. This one has a 3.6 liter V6 in it. So the process we go through here today is going to be the same or similar on a lot of other vehicles. So even if you don't have a Colorado, watch the video, it might help you out. This one takes 6 quarts of 5W30 Dexos rated oil, and I'm going to be installing a Wix filter today. Alright, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, the drain plug is 15 millimeters, so you're going to need a ratchet, a socket, or a 15 millimeter wrench. Preferably 6-point. If we look under the passenger side of the vehicle here, and the nice thing is here, we don't need to jack the vehicle to get underneath it. If we look at the oil pan, I'm blocking the light. It's right there. Alright, so for a catch pan, I'm just using an old litter box, but you can use anything that holds 6 quarts. Obviously you want to make sure you're on loosen. And it shouldn't be on there too tight. Just got to crack it loose here. Okay. Probably going to block the shot a little bit here. Sorry for that. So what I do is as I back the drain plug out, I'm pushing in on it a little bit. And you can feel the threads, and when you get to the end of the threads, you'll feel it. And then you're going to try to engage your cat-like reflexes, like right there. I don't know if you heard it or not. Just like that. And my cat-like reflexes were not great. Alright, we're going to go ahead and let that drain out. Alright, while that's draining, you can clean off the drain plug, inspect it. Make sure that it's not starting to round off. This one shouldn't be. I mean, this is only the second oil change for this vehicle, but it looks to be in good shape. But make sure you clean it off real nice. All right, so we're just gonna go ahead and pop the plug in here. And before I tighten it down, I'm just gonna take a rag and wipe around the mating surface of the oil pan here. I mean, you can sit there and let that run out as long as you want. You could even jack up the driver's side if you wanted to get more of the oil, I guess. But you can see it's got a little sump here, so. Alright, now when you tighten it, do not go crazy, right? I believe the torque specs are around 17 foot-pounds or so. But big thing is, you want it tight enough so it's not going to fall out or leak. But you don't want to break anything, right? That's probably more important, right? So we're just going to make sure it's tight. Extra little nudge, and that's it, all right? All right, so I've opened up the garage door here to give us a little bit more light. Incidentally, I've got a couple of videos coming up on my son's 2016 Equinox, so stay tuned for that. For the filter change, you're going to need a 24 millimeter socket and a fairly long extension or a couple of extensions. Okay, we'll use our 1/2-inch ratchet here. I'm going to give you a shot of it here before I actually remove it, because I think it's going to be easier to point out the location. And I'll use the back of the right there. So you can see that hex right there. That's what we're after. Okay. And it sits at an angle, so you want to make sure that you're on there, you know, straight. At least the socket needs to be straight, but you're going to see that the extension bar is angled. So, okay, crack it loose. And let's see if we can get it out by hand here. You know, we always try to do this stuff without making a mess, but it doesn't always work out. I'm still kind of on the fence on these this style of cartridge oil filter. I mean, for so many years I always changed the one that's under the vehicle, which is always kind of messy and sometimes difficult to get to and hard to get torque on it sometimes. So I guess there's some advantages to this, but it just seems different. All right, that's gonna try to come up with my socket. I don't want it to do that, so let me get my socket up. Here's the ratchet. Let's see if we can get it out of here without making too much of a mess. I've got a rag right here too, so. Alright, there's the socket. And there it is. Okay, so that'll just snap off like that. Just take our rag, we'll clean out the can a little bit, or the cap rather. Okay, here you can use a flathead screwdriver or a little pick tool or something like this. Just kind of pry that old O-ring out. Now when you get your O-ring on there, sometimes you can get them twisted. Okay, it's pretty common because you roll it on there. I always just like to make sure that you go around and make sure you don't have a big twist in it or something. And I do not, so that's good. And I always like to compare also before we pop the new filter in. They look pretty much the same, and they do. Alright, so what we're going to do now is just take a little bit of the new motor oil. We'll just kind of go around the O-ring here. You don't need to go crazy with it, but just to give it a little bit of lubrication for when you install the cap, just for the mating surface. Okay, we'll take the new filter. This side here goes towards the cap, and that's it. Let's go get it installed. Alright, so you can move some of these things out of the way just a little bit to get a more of a clear shot. And I've already wiped out the top portion of that receiving piece, or filter housing I guess it would be. And obviously you want to be careful not to knock debris down in there. Okay, we're going to go hand tight here. You can feel the O-ring meet up and offer some resistance. And after I go hand tight, I'm just going to give it a nudge, and that's it. Okay, I think there's a torque spec, and I think it's about 18 foot-pounds for that. Okay, what we'll want to do anyways is once we start this and run new oil through it, we'll just check it for leaks, right? It's much easier to check for leaks and make a correction and tighten down a little bit than it would be to, say, buy a new cap if the threads, say, got stripped out or something, right? So. Okay, so something I like to do before I use a funnel that I've used before is I always pass a rag through it, because sometimes you've got some residue or contaminants down in the funnel if it's been sitting around your garage, whatnot. Okay, you're putting new oil in, you don't want to add any debris or contaminants with it. Okay, 5W30 Dexos rated oil. I'm using Mobile One extended life oil today. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the 5 quarts in, we'll check it, and then we'll add the 6. I'm pretty sure it's 6 on the nose. Alright, with 5 quarts in, I'm not sure if you can see it or not, but we're glistening right about there. With fresh oil, it's tough sometimes, right? So we're about a quart short. Alright, we'll replace our cap here, and we'll check the oil level. Okay, passenger side, just to the right of your coolant reservoir. Yellow ringed handle right there, okay? Let me set the camera down. Alright, let's see where we're at here. We are right on the money. Okay, so 6 quarts on the nose brings it right there, okay? And again, when we run the vehicle, it may drop slightly, but that's okay. We're going to leave it at 6. Alright, on this vehicle we're going to turn the key on here, and we're going to clear our hood open indicator. We're going to use the controls on the steering wheel here to navigate. I'm going to arrow over to the right, which brings us to our information screen. Now I'm already on the oil life screen, but if I were not, I would use the up and down arrows to cycle through the various screens until I got there. Right there. Now I'm going to hit the check mark to reset. You can see it right there, right in the middle. Reset. I'm going to arrow over to yes. Hit the check again. And we're at 100%. All right. Hey, hopefully you found this video helpful. I plan on doing more videos on this vehicle. It's my first video for this one. I did a bunch on my Sierra, and I downsized to the Colorado. It fits in the garage better. There's some things I like. There's some things I don't. This one happens to be the midnight edition or blacked out edition, whatever it was. Whatever I could get at the time, right? Because of COVID, couldn't get vehicles. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with it so far. All right, thanks for watching. Give me that thumbs up if you found the video helpful, and if you want to see more of this type of stuff, hit that subscribe button for me. Have a great day.